Wowie! Welcome back to your favorite Wednesday night wrestling podcast with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Yvonne DeBoard, actually the new RSH Wrestling Champion. Now, what y'all thinking? When did she get the belt? Well, that was like a month ago when SummerSlam happened.
Right. But I didn't forget.
You're probably also wondering where the hell have we been for the last. Right. We're like, we'll see you at Money in the Bank, and then we kind of
bounced until almost Payback.
We did.
But hey,
so me and Yvonne, unfortunately, so August 30th. So we had two grandparents battling different forms of cancer, just to make it short and sweet. They both passed over the last 3 weeks or so. So visiting, spending time with them, getting all the stuff ready, just try to spend time with them. We've kind of threw the podcast on the back burner for now, or up until now. So that's kind of where we've been. It's hard every Wednesday to kind of go out and record when stuff like that's going on. So me and Yvonne's been dealing with that. We appreciate a lot of the people that do watch the show have reached out. We do appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're good now.
Yeah, we are.
And the only thing that's about to get slaughtered today is CM Punk, but we'll do that later because we have a guest.
Oh, yeah.
We have a very special guest of a guy who's kind of, over the last few months, kind of taken over. I know, like, Dodo's shop, he's 1 through 5 in T-shirts, I think, right now still. When you're out selling Cody, you're doing something right.
Yes.
Wade Barrett's wearing his merch commentary, which is amazing.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he's wearing his LA Knight glasses on commentary.
I didn't notice that. That's
yeah, so
I did my favorite line from watching. I was watching SmackDown today, or Raw, whatever it was, Raw today. Yeah. And Wade Barrett's like, "Oh, when Miz came out, I want my money back." And Michael's like, "We pay you to be here." It's really funny.
Of course, Michael Cole.
Yeah, so that's been going on, but that's all over. We're pushing forward.
Yep, moving forward.
Got, like I said, a very special guest today. We're gonna go over Payback. We have Payback Predictions. Yvonne's the champion for 4 more days. And
let's not get
I am Money in the Bank. I did win Money in the Bank. I think that's when everybody's like, we're done with this show. It's over with again. So when I get it again, the belt again, but we'll get there.
Which you won't.
So this answers the question, where the hell have we been?
Done.
Make sure to follow us on X.
Yeah, follow us at
X.
It's not even the X. It's just X.
Just X.
So follow us on X.
Yes,
apparently.
it's called X. Yes, unfortunately.
I won't follow us there, but here we go.
But you sick of us already? We have a guest.
Yeah. So welcome to the show from the huge movement. Tim, welcome aboard, brother.
How we all doing out there, guys? Let me pop in my nicotine pouches because I want to keep stopping the smoking. So hold on 1 second here. Okay, there we go.
I dig it.
All right, we're ready to go now, baby. Got that nicotine rush. What's going on, everyone?
Hey, man, welcome to the show. Happy to be here. Now, I didn't even know, what was going on, but I heard that there's going to be like the YEAHHHHHH movement coming to the show. I'm like, whoa. We're getting the Law Knight on the show. Yep. Turns out a guy who just has almost just as much of a following as LA Knight, Tim from the YEAHHHHH movement.
Well, now you're getting a little bit ridiculous, but I appreciate the intro. That's great. I'm happy to be here. I love talking about the mega star. And we have a lot of great things ahead. If you're an LA Knight fan, and there's lots of them out there, and there are lots of members of the YEAHHHHH movement, we got some exciting things coming in our future, folks.
I like it. Heck yes. So let's just go ahead and get rolling here. First show in almost 2 months. How are we starting this off, Josh?
Well, we kind of talked off there before we went live, but we'll go there again. So what kind of influenced you to start the YEAHHHH movement?
So there was quite a while there where we saw this emerging popularity of LA Knight. I think it really started to take off after his feud with Bray Wyatt. And there's a lot of frustration with the fans out there. We see this guy getting over more and more every week, but yet, and let's be frank about this, the guy was being used as basically, a glorified enhancement talent. Guy went out there and lost every night. You look at house shows, you look at live shows. He lost pretty much every match. Wasn't even on a premium live event for a few months. Got snubbed at WrestleMania both nights. So it got to a point where there was this real grassroots uprising in support of LA Knight. And I have a sort of a background in building social media accounts and getting large followings and doing things like this in the political world. So I thought to myself, kind of just for fun, why don't I try doing this for LA Knight. And so I started the Twitter account, X account, early May. And that was right around the time that he was still kind of being held down. As a matter of fact, I think it was a week before the WWE piped in those boos when he had that match with Rick Boogs. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
they were going to team up or whatever, right?
Yeah. So
it
was just one of those things where I felt like, you know what? Why don't we try to do something here? Why don't we try to get some kind of movement going in support of this guy? Because the only way this guy was going to get this guy was going to get a real push wasn't by fans cheering for him. It wasn't yelling on social media. It was WWE saying that they were going to make a ton of cash with him. And my biggest thing from the get-go was, look, guys, I understand you want him to get over. I understand you want him to get pushed. We got to go out there and we got to put our money where our mouths are. And I think we saw that in June. We definitely saw it in July. I mean, number one merch seller in all of wrestling. And we have seen the results of that. He's now getting that push. He's in one of the top spots. So I think we've accomplished a lot, and I think we're going to see a lot more great things ahead.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And it's crazy how it took this long to do, because I haven't really watched Impact Wrestling since they were TNA. And then so here lately, I've been watching a lot of YouTube from him in Impact.
Where he was Eli Drake.
He's been doing the same shit over there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
doing the and having this,
He hasn't changed one bit.
Not
it's
a
just
bit.
as captivating, but it just takes this kind of stage to get you there. And man, he's perfect. He deserves it. I think if played right, he's the next big thing in WWE.
Absolutely.
I see. I look at it. People. When I found out he was 40 years old, I was shocked. I had no idea.
Yes,
he was that.
Right.
I was like, wow, really? The things he does in the ring. I mean, that to be able to jump to the top rope like that is insane. So that surprised me. But no, look, I mean, you go through his history. He, for whatever reason, man, this guy was just booked like crap. Look, there's a couple of great videos done by Marky D on YouTube. I recommend you guys checking him out. He goes through the all of Eli Drake in Impact Wrestling, and he just came out with another video chronicling his time in NWA, the recent NWA with the power show they have and stuff like that. And it was just, I mean, the way they booked this guy was brutal, and he got over with the crowds. But they just booked him to look so bad and so weak. So it's just, it really says a lot about his character that even after all that time and all the setbacks and all the bad booking and all that stuff, the guy didn't give up on himself, and he believed in himself, and he's now starting to see the fruits of that labor. It's really an amazing story. I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like it ever in the history of wrestling, in my opinion.
Not this quick. Not within a month.
Not with
Because, our next question was going to be kind of your goals. But, I was talking to my buddy about this the other day, and it's like Kofi Mania and, the Yes Movement kind of come to mind. Because it's it's a ton of fans, not necessarily, make on back in the day, it was Twitter. But, we're sick of you holding this dude down. Kofi needs a push. You've had him for 10 years, whatever. Daniel Bryan, Vince, he's too small, what the hell ever. But LA Knights was kind of special because Triple H was aware. He's been aware. When they went to Saudi and they were just screaming LA Knight, and he wasn't even on the card, but they made sure to fly him out there to be in the crowd because he got the biggest pop of the night. It's he organically got over. And kind of like you said, I mean, Bray Wyatt, the feud, which we'll get to Bray Wyatt here in a little bit, but the feud was kind of underwhelming. I mean, the promos were pretty good, but the match was kind of we didn't know what to expect, right? But LA Knight came out of it roses, dude. Everybody's well, this is going to hurt him. He lost. And it's well, look at him now. And I don't know.
So the one thing I'll say is, and, with Bray Wyatt and his whole thing, if you look through the history of, the Fiend character and all that type of stuff, guys that feud with him didn't necessarily come out better for it. It's a tough. He was in that respect, it was sort of a tough spot to be in if you're his opponent, because it's like I said, the history shows that the guys that went up against him didn't come out that great, but LA Knight totally defied that, and he won that feud. If you really look at it, he may have lost that match, but the promos he cut were incredible. He got that airtime, primetime SmackDown airtime to show himself off a little bit. And even though he was basically booked as cannon fodder for this beginning of a Bray Wyatt rise again, he stole the show. And there was concern. I mean, we saw the match. He pretty much got buried in that match, and there was concern. Okay, well, what next? But again, he came out looking like, shining after that. And I just have never seen anything where a guy been booked to look so weak. Every single week he'd come out there and he'd lose. And even in the matches he won really cheap ways, and he just looked so weak. But yet he was getting over every single week, more and more and more. It was just an amazing thing to witness. And I'm just so happy that we're finally at the spot now where I believe, WWE is all in on this guy.
It seems that way.
So what do we think is next for LA Knight now? I know we're on the up trajectory, but do you think they'll capitalize on that? Maybe, main event or WrestleMania coming up or in a year or two?
So the way I look at it, and I think this is the way that WWE is going to play it, and they should, in my opinion, is it's going to be a slow build. What they need to do with him is they need to establish in-ring credibility. Yes, he's gotten over with the crowd and fans with, his promo skills and all that. But again, he was basically used as glorified enhancement talent. Lost, just put up pretty much every match. So when you look at him, you're saying to yourself, what, this guy who lost all these matches, he's a legitimate WrestleMania main event guy? In the back of your mind, you're not thinking that. Subconsciously, you're thinking, this guy kind of just lost all his matches. Why am I believing this? So what I think, after what we saw at SummerSlam, him winning that Battle Royal, and I knew they were all in, I said that we're now going to see a point where it's going to be a very, very long time before LA Knight loses cleanly in a match. Gets, pinned clean. He might lose, because of outside interference, something along those lines. So what I think they're going to do, they're going to build up his in-ring credibility. They're going to give him some big wins over some big names. We've already seen that with Finn Balor. I think he's going to get the win over The Miz coming up on Saturday. I think my prediction was this. I think that by WrestleMania 41, he'll be a world champion. They're going to go slow with this. We'll see how slow they go. But a slow build with someone this hot. He doesn't need a belt. He doesn't need a title right now. So that's the way to go, in my opinion. Just a nice slow build to that championship, so you can build that in-ring credibility and build that anticipation for that huge win that he's going to have ultimately one day.
Yeah, remember Money in the Bank? Everybody was pissed off he didn't win. But we sat here we all picked LA Knight to win. We do predictions. We're going to do them today for Payback. We do them every pay-per-view. We have a title and everything like that.
And show me your title.
She's the current champion right now.
She just took it from me.
Nice.
Stole it, really. I want it.
So, we all picked him to win, but then the show afterwards, it ain't even after because we didn't really have a show, did we? I don't know. I think we did. But anyway, we're talking about it in our group chat or on here one.
Sure.
It kind of didn't. Who the hell is he going to cash in on? You going to go cash in on Roman? No, it makes no logical sense. Is he going to go cash in on Seth? Maybe. I mean, we strongly disagreed that he should be on. He should have been on Raw. It's a 3-hour show. He'd have more. He could pop him in for a promo. Get him. You could utilize him better, more. Maybe not better, more often, because it seemed like he fit Raw more than SmackDown's a 2-hour. Bloodline dominated.
and Walter.
He's
or
always
Gunther. You got two
Yeah.
dominant
So-
factors
Yeah.
down there. Like,
And then
So what I'll say real quick, is when they did that draft, I believe they still had in mind they wanted him to be a mid-card heel.
sure.
probably, yeah, I would agree.
So they're looking at it as, okay, what was he like? I think he got drafted in like the 4th round or something,
Yeah.
back to SmackDown. So yeah, I think they were trying so hard to keep him as a mid-card heel, but the fans just said, nah.
It's real. We went to a Raw this past year before he was even really hot in the they kept screaming and he wasn't even around. He wasn't booked. He wasn't on Raw.
It's like the Woos back in the day. Or actually,
It was just like,
not
yeah,
even
it
back
was-
in the day.
There was 2 things that was apparent that night. 1, LA Knight was loved, and 2, Dominic was hated because when he got booed at that Raw, we couldn't hear for about a half hour.
Couldn't even hear
'Cause
what.
I mean, those aren't piped in
Wow.
Right.
into Russo. Those are real.
Yep.
Or who's the fuck's that? Don Callis. He said, well, we don't
God.
pipe in booze in AEW. It's like, you can't afford them. But anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, like that cocaine budget.
Hey!
He's got a budget.
Drip King of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Is that Bebe? Did he create a new wrestling channel?
Yeah, I mean, unless there's somebody else dripping over the wrestling, I don't know.
Well,
There's another drip king somewhere.
Bebe,
Yeah,
don't
drip.
get suspended from your new venture like your hero CM Punk did. But we'll get to that later.
He's not suspended, is he?
They said he got, there's a lot. We'll get to that. There's a
okay.
lot.
Fair
Josh
enough,
can't
fair
wait
enough.
to get to that.
Oh, dude.
You can't wait.
Fucking idiot. All right. Anyway. So let's get back to all right. So you said what are your thoughts on his current feud with The Miz? Because I thought Miz was pretty damn entertaining dressed up. That was a pretty good.
I think so.
That was very good Monday, but LA Knight's clip's been trending all over like Twitter or X. It's going to take a while to get used
Yeah,
to.
same.
And he does a dead-on Miz impersonation as well. So I've enjoyed this feud so
Yeah.
far. How have you thought about it?
I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
Miz is the perfect guy to catapult you.
It really is. We were, obviously after SummerSlam, the next topic was, okay, well, what's next? And my thought was, look, they need to put him in a program with an established star where he can get a big win over and have a good feud and program with. And The Miz was one of the first people I thought of. Now I was like, well, yeah, but he's on Raw, and it seems like they're trying to stick to this whole, separation of rosters, and obviously that didn't happen. So no, I was thrilled. Look, I was thrilled when we saw that he was going to be in a program with The Miz. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect because, The Miz is kind of one of these guys lately who has, sort of, been in that kind of mid-card area, kind of this, I don't even know what to call it. Just
Enhancement. I would say enhancement performer to put, he's a solid backbone and he can do whatever he needs to do to get the program going, I guess, if that makes sense.
He's a guy that has, credibility from the past, and obviously he's got tremendous mic skills. And what's so wonderful to see, what's really great to see, is that this is bringing out the very best in The Miz as well. You can tell he's loving this. He's enjoying doing this. It's been a while since he's had, a really important program like this, and I think he's doing a great job with it. I think it's perfect. I think it's really good. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen to Payback. I would imagine that LA Knight will go over clean, and the feud will probably end. But hey, you know what? I wouldn't be against seeing this be extended for a little while. We'll see what they do. But no, he's been great. I can't say anything bad. The Miz, to me, whenever, back in the, over the last few years, whenever he came up on Raw, I would turn his handle. I couldn't stand him. But I have a newfound respect for him after the last few weeks. He's been great.
Dude, yeah.
His impersonations are really good. Like, he's done The Rock, he's done John Cena, and now he's done LA Knight.
Yep.
So you put him in that category. That's a pretty big deal for LA Knight to be on.
It is.
When you
It
think
is.
about it.
That is.
It is. It's great.
All right. So, what's next, Joshua?
All right. We will go to.
We're getting.
Oh, we'll go there. Going forward, who would you like to see him feud with? Are there any feuds that you're like? I mean, I've got a couple, but curious what you have.
Again, I don't know if I think in as far as, particular people. I just want to see the guy put out there in situations where he can get over against, established stars. I think a lot of people were kind of looking at the feud maybe with an Austin Theory. If Austin Theory would have, retake the U.S. title, maybe they could feud over that. I think that would help Austin Theory as well, working with a guy like LA Knight. So I would like, that'd be kind of cool. But the one thing that I've been talking about lately, and I would love to see someday, in a perfect world, I'd love to see him in a feud with MJF. I wish and hope that MJF someday makes that jump to WWE. I'd love to see what they could do with him, but I tell you, man, I'd be all in for that feud. MJF, LA Knight, oof, that's my number one, man.
As long as LA Knight stays healthy and stays here, we'll totally see it. There's no way that MJF is not coming to WWE.
Right. Can you imagine them two going back and forth on the microphone?
Oh,
right. Couldn't take that away.
Dude. They were chanting during MJF's promo on AEW. And he's babyface, so he's like, he's babyface right now.
Wait, he's a babyface right now?
He's teaming up with Adam Cole.
I saw that, but
they're a tag team.
They're
tag team.
They're
ROH tag team champions.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's babyface.
But I thought they were more like, put together and now they have to deal with it. Because they had a match later that night, too.
Adam Cole ditched Roderick Strong and everything.
See, so much has happened.
How is LA? How is MJF a fucking good guy?
You see my point?
Yes.
So much has happened since we've been on here.
That's
crazy.
This is why. But anyways,
he's a cool different story.
The quick flash.
He's gross. That was quick.
Trust me, we'll get to him. I have things to say about Tony Khan. Oh my God, Khan is such a good last name for him.
I actually almost ordered All In, but it started at noon because I was at the store.
I was at UK
getting beer. And it's like, well, I missed the first half hour, so I'm not going to watch it now. What's the point?
You missed to win the ROH championship.
I kicked it off.
Look, I know I don't go into this real deep right now, but when you can talk about AEW later, but I'll just say this real quick. You commend what they've done at Wembley with their attendance, that attendance record and everything. Great, it's fantastic. All I'll say is this: there's a reason why their numbers are pretty much collapsing in the United States as far as attendance and as far as ratings are concerned. There's a reason for that. And if they can't figure this out, they can't, they're not going to go out of business because Tony Khan has so much money. But look, they need to appeal to a broader market of fans. Right. They're appealing to this niche hardcore wrestling audience, which is fine, but you're not gaining any new viewers. In fact, you're actually losing some. So I really hope they figure that. I hope Tony Khan understands that, maybe I should have someone a little more competent doing the booking here, or at least helping. Right.
We've been saying that for.
He was employed there. His name was William Regal, and they let him go. Like William Regal was like the guy he probably could have hey, dude, how's this work?
I mean, Arn Anderson.
He's had a lot of guys back there, but he just.
He won't listen.
If the Young Bucks,
I don't want to come off as arrogant, but I also called this 4 years ago when I was sitting at his kitchen table, and they're like, AEW is going to take over, and I'm like, it's going to be hot for about 3 years, and it's going to sizzle because it's just how it goes. The honeymoon period ends, and we'll see what happens. The honeymoon period's over, and the ratings are like 20% lower than last year. Their paper, I know they had this big event, but other than what came out of this big event? Oh, he beat up Jungle Boy. He fought Miro. He didn't get a bus ticket back to he didn't get a ticket to All In. He didn't get a ticket back. He said, I hate working here. So even a positive. It's like when WWE live events are over, PLEs is what they're called now.
I come in for you still.
Yeah. So there's a sense of, that was a great show. Or, hey, where's this going? AEW's is drama. Sean Ross Sapp reports CM Punk did this. It's like, dude, enough's enough. It's like, I'm going to start. What's his real name?
Phil Brooks.
Phil Kardashian needs to chill out because that's what he is. He's been there for about a year and a half. He hasn't even been on TV for 38% of those. He's part-time.
He's a Saturday Night Main Event.
He's injured or bitching. That's what he does.
And he has a title still, so.
If it was any other promoter, he would have been fired by now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is why when he came back to AEW, WWE's people were like, good. That's their problem now. We don't want shit to do with this. Right. And everybody's like, you're an idiot. You took him back in a second. I don't think they would. They're making they're making more money than the Attitude Era. They don't need CM Punk for shit. They have a stacked roster. And if you haven't watched NXT lately, they're going to be absolutely fine.
They will be fine.
Like they don't need CM Punk back. Nobody really needs it.
Well, we're here now, so real quick, how do you guys feel about the new guy? So we joined the show soon, I'm sure. Probably the name Ledge, I think, will be his name in AEW. He's coming, according to the reports, or maybe Corner. We'll see.
I don't know. He came out and said that was bullshit. He has an inbox. He said,
I know.
I don't care. He's not going to.
I love the memes on Facebook.
I mean, if he wants to go and team with Christian in his career and do whatever, then that's fine. It's not going to move anything. Edge, no, I love Edge. He's in the Hall of Fame, but he wasn't a needle mover in WWE. Like he was like, there was always and Orton. He was like the fifth guy.
No,
like
he was really good at his run. You know,
he had a great run.
I think instead of Edge going to AEW, I think Triple H should be smart enough. Hey, let's get Christian back to WWE and do one final
He's
run.
Not doing
they can't do that.
Either.
Christian's the best thing about AEW, calling out everybody's father.
I know. I love
Christian's amazing.
I miss Christian.
Christian is the TNT champion, even though Luchasaurus is technically the champion. Right
I feel like his whole entire wrestling run is underrated, Christian. Like,
I
he's
agree.
so fucking good at
Christian.
that shit that he does. But anyway.
I had a question for you. Speaking of AEW, how did you feel? Because I seen LA Knight came out a few days. I don't know. It might have been. I saw it a few days ago and said that he did have an offer from AEW.
Yeah.
How do you think that would have went?
Badly.
So you think the normal like main event lost to Kenny Omega, then on Elevation, then on Dark, then randomly appears on Rampage that nobody watches?
Yeah. Okay. That show that kind of wrestling is not right for him. That is more again the glorified stunt show, big moves, flashy kicks, all that kind of stuff.
Bischoff called that show indie-rific. He said it was indie. It was an indie show on roids. Then he said, well, nobody gives a shit. And the guy, Conrad Thompson, was like, what do you mean? And he was like, all we're talking about is the drama CM Punk calls. He's like, you can't have a good event. He's like, you could have 25-star matches by Dave Meltzer, and that doesn't matter because all you're hearing is Brian Alvarez, CM Punk punch Miro. He put this dude up.
That's 2 times after a show. Right. Shit's going on backstage that people care more about than the actual show.
That's sad.
Yeah, like that's the point. Is. Like,
at least 2.
Like when you leave SmackDown and it's like, oh my God, the Bloodline killed it. That was awesome. You go home now, like, oh well, I heard Jungle Boy got punched backstage and Roman Reigns kicked Solo in the face. And like, let me
say this. Let me just say this though, and this really shows again the naivety and they should have put together CM Punk and Kenny Omega in a match. They should have used all of what has happened
all day
as a way to make money. This is what you're doing. This is a business.
For example,
you are here to make money. Can you imagine a build to a match between those guys? The money that would make, the viewers who would tune in to watch it. But they put them on separate shows.
They created a show to separate them.
It's happened. Remember that one time when Edge was banging Lita behind Matt Hardy's back? And they turned it into a television program?
Yep.
What about
you not do that
Jarrett and Angle?
Yeah.
Like, you can... I was watching... I was listening to Deion Sanders the other day on some football's back, so, like, I'm in heaven. But he was talking about... He's like, they're like culture. He's like, I don't give a shit about culture. He said, I've played with linemen I hate, quarterbacks I hate. I've seen receivers play with quarterbacks they hate. But you know what? When that whistle blows, you do your job, you make money, you take care of the people around you, and you move, and you keep it moving.
Yep.
What's so hard? They had to create a Saturday night show. Terrible time slot, by the way. Honestly, horrible. Not even the shit. Like, I'm the most – I get –
They still have Rampage. Why does Rampage still a show with a Saturday night show?
I'm telling you, Collision is the best show of the 3. I've watched a few episodes.
I believe it.
It's actually not a bad show. It's got a terrible time slot. But if you took Rampage does too. Rampage needs to go. They should have just stuck with 9. Tony Khan put the cart way before the horse. Like, he's like, get one show under control before you have 5 of them.
Yep.
Like, WWE was just Raw for a while. And they got SmackDown. And they're like, oh, we're going to, like, they spaced it out creatively and made it work. They just didn't say, hey, welcome to WWE, where we have 18 shows and 500 people on the roster. And now we have Ring of Honor now, and it's now New Japan.
There's like a 6-year gap between Raw and SmackDown.
And now they got a pay-per-view this weekend as well. All Out's this weekend. All In was last weekend.
No, it's not.
It's this Sunday.
Oh, my fucking God.
see our point.
It's
You
this
see our
week.
point.
Hey,
Right.
hey, it's
can't-
this week
I
in
didn't know that.
Chicago, and
Ridiculous.
CM Punk suspended. He can't even come to the
Oh my.
show.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
is
him and
hilarious.
him and Jack Perry. Sorry, he's not Jungle Boy anymore. Both got
changed.
apparently suspended.
Oh boy.
They reached out. Punk wouldn't answer it. Again, apparently, here's what happened.
Oh good lord.
He went ballistic in Gorilla. Monitors fell on Tony Khan, poor guy.
Oh,
Samoa
gosh.
Joe had to hold him back and convince him to go put the match on because he said he wasn't even going to go fucking do his match. So,
Gosh.
and Samoa Joe was very pissed off about this whole situation.
Oh wow.
I just I
And
feel
then
like
Punk-
it's so ridiculous.
and then
I don't
he
know if I
botched
believe
the ending.
this. I feel like it might be like exaggerated because of clickbait. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
but
so ridiculous.
I just can't. If there was 2 or 3 things, then I could agree with you. But it's been every fucking time. When he was gone, I didn't hear a thing. When he was gone, AEW was fine.
No problem.
But now he's back. Right as soon as he came back, it's like, well, they made a new show for him, and like
It's
they're
him.
treating. I don't know what else to do.
He
Yvonne
said-
works with preschool kids.
Yeah.
That's about what he's like.
Yep.
You in this corner,
They act more mature
you
than
in
he
this
does.
corner, like
Yep.
you're a grown ass man, and you
Mhm.
want to be the face of the industry.
You're
Triple
not
H is
acting
right
like
when
it.
you said you're a martyr, dude. Like,
You are.
if it benefits you, you want it. If you don't like it,
He cries.
you don't give
complains
a
about
shit.
it.
don't
Yep.
use real glass around him. It'll be
Yeah,
all right. Like,
Jack
what's the
Perry
big deal?
screaming, "It's real glass, get over it," was
Or
hilarious.
in
too.
this case, he ran another show and they built another show for
But
him.
dude-
It's like it's ridiculous.
All Out is this weekend. I didn't know
Back to
that.
back
I didn't know that
weekends,
either.
and
You
he's
see
not.
him?
And
It's ridiculous.
CM Punk's banned from being there, and
Let's-
it's in Chicago.
Let's just put
Wow.
WrestleMania and SummerSlam back to back. You know what could go
Wow.
wrong? I guess.
Well, Survivor Series is in Chicago. What does that mean? He went to WWE to make up with people. Somebody
God.
tweeted yesterday, and they said knew what he was doing when he went to WWE to keep the peace. He saw this coming, and I was like, "Well, he's not going there.
He's not going there.
I can't see any situation where WWE would be like, this is okay.
Triple H will not.
He's too big of a risk."
Yeah, I agree. At this point.
A risk I
No.
would not take for sure.
But all right, we'll go from the negative. I've got my CM. Hey, Bebe, your open invite to the show is always here,
Come on,
but
Jimmy.
your boy is ruining your AEW,
You love your
and
boy, but
dude,
Here, AEW.
it is. He doesn't love it unless CM Punk's here, and dude, he's ruining it. I
Well,
can't wait.
I like CM Punk quite a bit. But,
I don't watch him.
I did too.
Well, it's hard. He's never on TV. Now he's suspended.
well, that's what I should
But
say.
let me ask you a question. But what has CM Punk really done for them?
Nothing.
I mean, really, he had a
He
couple
sold a
great
lot of
comebacks.
t-shirts.
People watch, right?
Mhm.
But again, look at the show he's on. How's the viewership doing on that show? Does it
It's-
make
even when he's there, they're still not hitting 1 million, dude. They're
No. Why would they? It's a Friday and Saturday night.
no, I mean Dynamite.
well, fair
Well, he's
enough.
not even on Dynamite, but the one Dynamite he
Right.
was on that Kenny wasn't allowed at because
That he
Punk
didn't
was
wa-
there.
He didn't want to go.
It did
to.
like 920.
Yeah.
So like Bischoff, I know our buddy Bebe he thinks Bischoff's the biggest jackass ever, but he is the only guy to take WWE to the fucking limit. So
He
he is
That's
smart.
20 years ago. Actually,
Somebody did.
actually,
He did a lot better than Tony
25
Khan.
years ago.
And
He
did.
did a lot better than Tony Khan did.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He got it to where they had to start putting
Yeah.
fucking Pornhub stuff on TV to get viewers
So
to.
basically, what Tony Khan is the Ted Turner of this. He needs to fucking back out and hire somebody like Eric Bischoff back in the 90s and get some creative things going because Tony Khan just does not know what the fuck he's doing.
just creating shows.
Look at the
and
Triple H
it's out of
approach.
control.
How do you think Tony Khan would have booked LA Knight? If he had this hot ass entity and he's like, "You're over.
He buried him to the elite.
What are you going to do?"
Yep, he's in the elite
never
right now.
like.
Yep.
Look what he's done. Look
Super
at
Kick Party, and then
there was a meme until Cody went to
That's
WWE. There was a meme. You go in there, you lose to Cody, you main event Dynamite the next week, you lose again, then you go to Elevation, then you go to Dark, then you're just a part of the roster.
Right.
Like,
That's how
look,
it goes.
it is what it
And then
is.
Cody bounced. So now what's the fucking formula?
That proves
Even there-
AEW. Yep.
Cody leaving was when I was like, "There's something wrong
Oh,
there."
for sure.
Because Cody was a big part of what
He was.
started. But
Yeah.
well, let's pivot from AEW. We've got enough shit
You got your
from
rant.
AEW for now. We'll get back to positive. We'll get back to meaningful stuff. We're not going to say positive
That
because
we
I do want
care
to take a
about.
few minutes. Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
and Terry Funk both passed away last week. Rest in peace to both.
Yep.
Thoughts
Absolutely.
and prayers to their families and everything like that. Me and
Absolutely.
Yvonne, especially here lately, definitely understand
Yeah.
how taxing death and stuff is. So it's pretty crazy. I was telling everybody off air, people that's watched the show, you already know. I probably spent $400 on like a full. I'll send you a picture, Tim, later. I'll post it on Twitter probably at some
Yes.
point.
I wish we had it right here, right now to show everybody.
I think we do.
Like
I'll
somewhere.
find Yvonne send me one. I'll upload it when somebody else is talking and I'm not
Yep.
distracted. But he was my favorite wrestler for a long time. He took a lot of risks. From what I've read, like Becky told a story. She was like, "Yeah, I came to the main roster. I didn't even know like where the dressing rooms were, where this was, and he just came over to me. Didn't know who he was. Said, that's Bray Wyatt. Put his arm around me. I was like, here, I'll show you where everything's at. He's just a stand-up dude. Had 2 very young kids. So that's always terrible.
That is
36 years old, way too young.
Yes.
I mean, much respect to Terry Funk, but I wasn't alive.
I wasn't.
I was real little when he was in his prime or toward the end of it, so I didn't get to experience a shit ton of Terry Funk. But I do appreciate what he meant.
Quick story about Terry Funk. He was actually the very first wrestler that I interviewed.
Wow.
Yeah. It was it must have been around like 97, somewhere in there. I forget exactly what year. It was 97-ish. What a nice guy. What a great guy. You know, it was actually the week of his daughter's wedding that we interviewed him. And the guy woke up, called us right at 5 a.m. You know, we're just these couple kids, you know, with some schmucky America Online newsletter. But he couldn't have been more, you know, humble and nice, and just what a great guy he was. And so, you know, just that's my memory of him, fond memory of him. So I was really sad to hear that he passed away. It was, you know, again, like I said, you know, my very first interview, and just a great guy.
That is a great memory of him. That's really cool.
A great memory.
Yeah, it's neat. Like I got into wrestling into like the late 90s. So when I was starting to watch, he was kind of on his way out. So I know his later stuff, and then through VHS tapes written back in the day, I saw a lot of his stuff from that. But that's a really cool memory, man.
That is a cool memory.
Yep. Fucking
bullshit. Dude, it was a crazy week. It was like they got to do a Terry Funk tribute. Then it's like, Bray Wyatt. It's just a lot going on, man.
Watching Mick Foley.
If you guys follow me on X, I did create a poster in honor of Bray Wyatt. So
nice. Yeah, we got stuff. Yvonne has stuff from on WrestleBuddy.com.
I'm going to be working on
we are still there
for him, so here soon.
But yeah. I'm trying to get that. I'm quiet because I'm getting
all three of us love Bray Wyatt, so
I'm getting that photo uploaded there. So
nice.
Costume. So Chuck's even in this picture.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think Chuck remembers being in this picture, but here we go.
No, I don't. But that's all right.
There we go. That's
wow.
So I nailed it. I'm a very humble person, even though I come off as arrogant. Sometimes I am extremely humble. I nailed the hell out of this.
I think Chuck was actually a champion when we.
And you can't see him, but my $100 boots that I had to wear because that's the brand Bray wore are also at the bottom of the picture.
That was a cool costume. So that's really cool.
We was talking before we went on the air. He won that championship 2 days or the day before. It was a Saturday party, 2 days before the Halloween party.
You did.
So he was actually the champion.
That was cool.
And that was the actual belt he had because he beat Seth at Crown Jewel.
The Raw brand. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was a huge fan, dude. Just a creative mind. His mind, that's what everybody you ever heard get asked about him was
very creative. Yep.
Quail Man.
Hell yeah, Quail Man.
But yeah, he was one of the best minds that I've seen.
Yep.
I'm sitting there. She called and told me when I was on my way home from work, and I'd been texting with a few of my friends, like, I wonder who he attacks at Payback.
Right.
Because Payback's such kind of like a filler, you know what I mean? It's not like a big event. Roman ain't there. The Usos are on vacation. Bianca's taking time off. This is kind of that time of year where WWE's like, hey, this is perfect for an LA night to grab. Hey, no bloodline. Judgment Day's kind of right here, right now. You know, we don't know where they're going. And this is the time to kind of grab the brass ring. But Bray always did that, dude. Like,
he always did.
Firefly Funhouse. I remember I watched it and I was like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Right.
And then 5 episodes later, I find myself binging it on YouTube where they clip it all together. And then I'm like, Firefly Funhouse. I watched it about 30 times within the first week that it came out. We were in COVID, first off. So I had plenty of time. But I didn't really understand it until I noticed that it was a big puzzle. And everything for him was always a big puzzle with a big payoff. So it's definitely horrible that he's gone.
It's horrible.
I mean, wrestling was really one of the better ones, and he didn't even scratch the surface, I think, of what he could have accomplished. He accomplished a lot. Because they put a greatest moments up on Peacock
already.
So I watched it, and there was shit he did that I forgot. He pinned AJ Styles. He was one of the first people to cleanly pin AJ Styles.
Yeah, so the Wyatt family debuted 10 years ago.
The Shield and
10 years.
Dude, them at Elimination Chamber against the Shield was one of the best matches.
Yes,
like the floor was shaking. I don't know if it was my TV or I was jumping in the air, but It's sad.
And he won the WWE Championship too.
I'll never forget when they debuted and they just took Kane. That's one of my favorite memories of the Wyatt family.
Oh yeah, they did.
Just
They
debuted
kidnapped
on
Kane.
Raw. I never watched NXT back then. You know, that was even like a TV show yet, and they just fucking took Kane.
Yeah. Speaking of the Wyatt family, remember Randy Orton joined forces with him. Out of
So did he.
anybody,
Orton probably
and they
goes
became SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Orton probably
Bray.
goes down as his biggest rival, I would think, because they feuded a couple different times.
2016 was their big year, wasn't it?
And they won the SmackDown tag titles together.
Me and Ben talked about it the other day. LA Knight nailed it on SmackDown,
He did.
dude. Like, and this is also to me, you guys can tell me if I'm full of shit or not, but to me, this was WWE's way of being like, you're going in the main event, you're going to wrestle one of the best we got. You're going to be the guy you're the Cody Rhodes right now. Because normally Cody comes out and does this message, or John Cena, or one of the ambassadors of the brand, you know. They're like, you do it. They want you. You feuded with him last, and he fucking nailed it.
He nailed it.
He hit the run. I cheered up a little bit in the run.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything he said was, he's the perfect guy. And I feel like WWE was testing him. Like, show us you're the guy. They love you. Show us why they love you. And I think he knocked it out of the damn park. And a clean over Finn Balor was perfect way to hit that too.
Yeah. I said after that, I said, you know, if there's anybody out there who's still doubting that WWE is all in on LA Knight, those doubts should be, you know, rectified after what we saw tonight.
Right.
He was clearly positioned really as the top babyface of that brand. He gets the, you know, the clean pin over Finn Balor. And the way they positioned him and used him on that show was a very clear sign that he's going to be one of the top guys. And like you said, just nailed it out of the park with that tribute. And, you know, then he made, you know, it was one of those situations where, you know, you were sad and then he made you laugh.
Yep.
And then, you know, like it was just so well done. So well done. Really great moment there, and really in a really horrible and sad situation.
Yeah, I think he nailed it.
That's the perfect way to put it, because he's talking about Bray, made you sad, went to the Miz, made you laugh. That's the perfect way to do something when you're in the entertainment business.
Right.
I mean, that's perfect.
Then he said, somebody once told me, run. And I was like, yep, that's
what he said.
And Seth put the side plates on the belt.
Yeah, he did.
It's cool as hell to see. It just really is.
Much respect Bray Wyatt's getting that he deserves.
But yeah, and it was cool that they put together Finn, the Fiend's first opponent, against LA Knight as last.
Yep, that was awesome.
Which I think was the purpose for that. I think that's
so.
why they did it. Because I don't watch SmackDown live. Friday nights, I'm normally, you know, doing other stuff. So I get home and I turned it on and I was like, why is he fighting Finn Balor? I was like, this is random. They don't even have beef. And then I got on the internet and they're like, WWE. It was like, I use Ringside News. I mean, everybody to each their own. And they were like, well, they wanted to do his first opponent versus last. And I was like, oh, well, fuck.
It's fun.
Finn was his first as a Fiend.
So LA Knight was actually he wrestled the last 8 matches of Bray Wyatt's career were against LA Knight. I you know, obviously, you know, 7 of those were, you know, dark matches on SmackDown or on live events or whatever. But actually, I tweeted out Bray Wyatt's final match. It was a house show in one of those lights out matches with LA Knight. So yeah, no, I mean, that's something that, you know, you'll never forget. You know, the last 8 matches, LA Knight, you know, he had him with Bray Wyatt. So, you know, again, tough situation.
Very tough situation.
Very tough.
So now we will transition to positivity.
I like it. The power of that is awesome.
So we got Payback this week. We got about 20 more minutes. We got to get the Payback. So Yvonne's champion for 3 more days.
Nope.
Because she's numbered.
Don't even start.
So we're going to say she only has 1 TV appearance? Nah, dog.
It's not going to happen. Back here next week with the title. I hear this all the time.
So, Tim, to kind of fill you in, so basically we have a championship.
Yep.
It works pretty simple because we're not the smartest up here. So every match is worth 10 points. We pick them. We add the points up of the winners. You know, the winners of the match, we add the points up. The winner is champ. Ties, we count as like a count out or a DQ.
No,
ties go to the champ.
She beat me on a tie. I said there'll be a tiebreaker. I was drunk in line to see Stevie Nicks, and she asked to be a tiebreaker, and I said, yeah.
So
he
created a tiebreaker and lost. And so we have
a tiebreaker.
So we have a Money in the Bank briefcase, which is treated pretty much the same way. During Money in the Bank, we pick. The champion can't pick, so Ben or Chuck couldn't pick. So me and Yvonne did. I won that. So basically, the briefcase is 10 free points. So if I tie her, or I'm coming into a main event where I'm feeling like very confident, like this person's going to win, I'll cash in, take that bonus 10, and that I just have to be smart enough to do basic math and confirm that puts me over. So we try to add a little bit of the WWE to us.
Sure.
Like Chuck mows the grass with the title, shit like that. So it's
I need more than that with the title.
It's on social media.
He
It's the
cooks
stuff that
food
can
with-
be.
he cooks
Source of
food with
pride.
it. He drinks
So yeah,
coffee
so in the
with
2
it.
months we've been gone, Yvonne is the new
Yep.
RSH champion, and I did win Money
For
in
the
the Bank.
4th time. Yep.
So
Fourth
we
time.
will,
Yep.
Tim, since you're the guest, we will start, and coincidentally, we'll just happen to start with this match first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Look at that.
LA Knight,
Cool poster.
I'm pretty sure it's just straight up.
Yeah.
They don't really need a stipulation, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
So LA Knight versus The Miz. Tim, I have a feeling we might all have the same
I
one
think
here,
so. I think
but
we
just for
will.
shits and giggles.
I think so.
Yeah, you got to think that. I mean, I'm going to pick LA Knight to go over clean. I think there's a small possibility that there could be some shenanigans, and the Miz picks up a win somehow cheaply to continue the feud. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be LA Knight. Blunt force trauma. 1, 2, 3.
I like it.
I got LA Knight too.
LA Knight.
I agree. There is a small chance. I
There's
just
a
don't
small
know how
chance.
long they plan this feud to go.
Yeah.
But I feel if Miz gets a cheap win, we're probably going to see
We're
this
gonna
till
see it
probably
again.
December.
Yeah.
If you don't, they have, as they should, have bigger plans for LA Knight. I think it's over because
Yeah.
one. I mean, like you said, they kind of disregard the roster, the draft. But I do think they're going to be like, all right.
Sure.
Even though I do think they really enjoy having LA Knight on both shows right now.
As they
Because
should.
They do.
he's hot as hell,
They
and
should.
his
Yeah.
segments, if you look up that shit, which I do, are very,
huge.
I bet
very,
they're huge.
very well viewed.
Mhm.
Tony Khan.
Here's the thing, too.
I
Let me
like
tell you
those.
another thing about LA Knight. People have to keep in mind, too. Advertisers love this guy. They love him. I mean,
Slim
we
Jim
saw
did.
Slim Jim jumped right on the board. They wanted him to be the guy.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, look, I think they'd love to have him on both shows. I think, you're probably going to see more of that even after this feud is done, because that's how hot this guy is right now.
Yep. Hard to argue. Yep. I'm going with LA Knight as well. I really wouldn't mind Miz winning because I like this feud. Drag it out. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I think LA Knight has the win.
LA Knight does.
All right. I figured that one would go this way. We'll go to this one first. If there's a feud I'm sick of, it's this one. But
I know what
here we
Yeah.
are.
The 100th time.
We got to enjoy this since we haven't been on
So
the
Trish
show.
basically came back for this feud in this match because she said she wanted to wrestle in front of her fans in Toronto, which she has. She wanted to wrestle in a cage, which she will, and she wanted to feud with Becky, which they've been doing for about 47 years. So
We're tired.
with that being said, Yvonne, since you're the women's expert on this show, who wins this one? Is
Becky.
it as obvious?
Becky Lynch, and it ends. This is over.
Yeah,
It
I
ends.
agree. I got
She beat Zoe Stark. And Zoe
it's
Stark.
it's Becky.
Zoe
dude. It
Stark
just
does
doesn't
not
make
turn.
sense.
Trish ain't turning on Zoe. I don't know what's gonna
Well,
happen.
did you all watch Raw?
Yeah,
I
Sunday
did.
night?
We did.
It might have been on purpose, but at the time when I watched it today, I thought it was an accident when Trish just hit that chick with the chair. What's your partner's name?
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark. Yep.
So when Trish threw the chair in the ring and Zoe turned and just hit her in the face with the chair, to me it looked like it was an accident, and I cracked up.
I think it was an
It
accident.
was an accident.
You know, it's funny. I don't remember seeing that. And I watched it
Dude,
live.
even Michael Cole made fun of it.
Michael Cole talks shit. That's what Michael Cole
Dude,
does.
it was so funny. Like
He's unchained.
there's a point where Zoe was,
Oh, dude,
beating
I
up
love
with-
Michael
what's her
Cole.
name? And then Trish was just throwing in random weapons or
The
chairs
look on
Oh.
in
Becky.
the ring.
Did you see
I'll have
the
to go
look
back
on
and
Becky
watch.
Lynch's
Dude,
face
she
when
hit her
she
in the
did it?
face.
Becky's
I'll have to go
mouth
back and
got
look.
wide
That's what I get
open.
for multitasking
Yes.
during Raw.
But then later in the match, what's her name again? I'm sorry.
Zoe
Zoe.
Stark. It's
I
Tony
keep-
Stark's
I keep
daughter,
wanting to call her
Chuck.
Shotzi. But when Zoe,
No, Shotzi's the green
I
hair.
know. But Zoe accidentally hit Trish later in the match. So I'm like, well, maybe it was planned. You can never
I
tell
saw
with
that
WWE.
one.
But when Becky Lynch's face, when Becky stopped and dropped her mouth dropped, she was shocked that Zoe hit Trish.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe
good,
it
that was a good
wasn't
one.
planned.
But go back and watch the chair shot, dude. It was so funny. And if
Okay.
it was real, I cracked up. It even
I
Michael
enjoyed
Cole's
this
shit was
feud. I
cracking.
like Becky and Trish, but we're over it. Becky's gonna win.
It's just went on
and
too
then
damn long,
Oh,
man.
like
It's
on-
been going on
Since
since.
Mania, bro.
It's over.
Yeah, dude, it has been a while.
Becky needs to win. Move on to something else. I don't know what Trish and Zoe's gonna do.
Trish is just
but
going to go back to retirement, I guess, because all
She-
she wanted was one more run.
Get back to yoga
She
studio.
got it.
Make that Monet.
This is Becky's time. Becky's gonna win.
All right, Tim, what do you think?
Oh yeah, Becky Lynch is going to win this match. Get it over with. Done. Move on.
Becky Lynch is about to move on to Tiffany Stratton down in NXT because they've been trading shots over the last few weeks. I'm a big NXT guy. I always have been. I remember the day, dude. I remember messaging Chuck the night of whatever the hell pay-per-view it was that LA Knight debuted on, and he just shit all over Wade Barrett and all the commentary people.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Dude, and Wade just smiled. Wade loves him so much.
I tweeted that promo out last night.
Oh, shit, dude. Wade loves him so much. I've never seen somebody get shit on and be so happy about it. Like, he's just smiling. He's like, that's the guy. Because I believe he didn't even know he was there because he's seen him, like,
bro,
his face.
Bro,
like,
I'm going to send you. I picked up on the same thing you're talking. I'm going to send you the video I sent out a few months ago where I have that first LNA promo. I think it was Vengeance Day on Valentine's Day.
Yep, you're right.
That's where he made his debut. And I just cut the video so you can just see Wade Barrett. And his reactions throughout that whole LA Knight promo were so awesome. I got to say, it's hilarious. He's great.
I love Wade. One of the things they did while we were gone is they did switch commentary. What do you guys think?
Michael Cole is on every show now.
Yes, he should be.
It's a lot of Cole.
That's fine.
But I don't hate it.
Coal miners unite.
Yeah,
he's undefeated at Mania, if you didn't know.
He is undefeated.
And he's off the chain. He says whatever he wants.
Oh, dude. He is so out there right now.
Cole.
There's some shit he'll say on commentary. And I'm like, does he know what he's saying? Like, he's like, I'll bury top dollar whenever I feel like it. Well, he's like, oh, flop dollar. And I was like, dude, I love it.
He's color commentary for the first time in his career. He's always been play-by-play. Now he's color. And it works.
Dude,
he's enjoying it. So, yeah.
Real quick, I just want to say, we were talking about Michael Cole WrestleMania. Wasn't it great to see Jerry Lawler the other night?
I didn't. Yeah, I missed it.
He came out during, it was like an exclusive thing.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it till I got on.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. He blocked us on Twitter, so
Josh. It's because of Josh.
I didn't do anything, but
I love the King, man. I love it.
I haven't got nothing against him. He just said some stuff I didn't agree with, and he blocked us on Twitter.
I was at the
he's sensitive.
heart attack. It was
he's
pretty
sensitive.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, we may or may not be blocked by Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez,
Dave Meltzer.
Zach Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, FTR, and
we know who caused all that,
we know. Jerry the King Lawler. But
you know who's actually a big blocker is Wade Barrett. He blocks.
I love Wade Barrett. I don't want him to block me.
So many people, and a lot of it has to do like politics. Like I don't want to get into it, but if anybody disagrees with him, like politically or anything, block immediately. Block. It's fun. It's so funny.
I guess if you don't want to have negativity on your profile, just block all the haters.
That's what Logan Paul's doing right now.
Yeah, well, he's a girl, but it's different. But
he's a girl with YouTube shows. Really?
All right. So which match do we go next? I think there's only really one match on this card that's really like debatable who could win, and it's this one. On one hand,
it's for the title.
So let's break down the positives and negatives of this. One hand, Ray just won the damn belt.
He just won the belt.
Yeah. But he wasn't really supposed to, even though they claim now that was the plan all along. But Escobar was actually the guy, whatever.
Yep.
So Theory had a kind of a lackluster, ever since he beat Cena, hasn't really done anything.
Nope,
I do really enjoy if this tag team with him and Grayson Waller is like a thing.
Yes, I love it.
It's perfect
I love it.
for both of them.
Well, that's why I kind of thought Grayson Waller and him are two identical, kind of like Austin and Rock. Like one of them has to, they got to do something.
Yeah. Well, they're teaming up this week to take on Escobar and Ray on SmackDown.
Yep.
But I don't know. This is the only match on this card that I don't think's obvious who's going to win.
Let me talk to you. I feel like Rey Mysterio is going to win because I feel like Escobar is going to turn on Rey Mysterio because of that title. And so I have to go with Ray winning because I feel like there's going to be a feud between Mysterio and Escobar for this title down the road.
There's going to be some tension there because that was his. That makes sense.
So I'll go the other way with that. I'll go out and I'll just take a chance here. I say that Austin Theory will win the title because of something that Escobar does, and that will spark a feud possibly between Escobar and Rey Mysterio. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to just say, hey, let's go with Theory. I think he might win it back. Let's go for it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so for you people, we do this every week. Tim, it's mostly because I love sports odds and shit. So right now,
Yes.
What's that website called that I had to get up away from?
FanDuel.
FanDuel, yeah, get on some FanDuel.
Rey Mysterio is minus 500, so he's 5-1.
Wow.
So it's pretty close. Like he's plus 300. That's not too bad. I mean, in comparison, Seth's minus 2,000 to beat Shinsuke. So that's like unique.
Yeah.
Rhea's minus 5,000.
That's
That's pretty much like
wow.
Or do we think maybe Escobar cost Rey Mysterio?
That's what I might be
That's
thinking.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
'Cause I assume he'll be at ringside.
I mean, like not just like do something, not like fuck it up like Damian Priest has been, like straight up just take him out.
Right.
That could be right.
Yeah, there could be.
We're probably gonna have a Grayson Waller out there too.
No, look, I mean,
who
we're
knows?
going through the card.
Who knows?
So I mean, I feel like most of these matches, like what's it? You know what's funny? Outside of LA Knight, because he finally got on the PLE, which he's way overdue for. This is what I'm most excited for. So, like, to be honest with you, like, there's like Seth and Shinsuke will tear it down. Raquel and Rhea is going to be good.
Right.
Becky and all the match quality is going to be fine. They're all really good wrestlers. That's why they're in this business.
Right.
So match quality is normally going to be fine, but the story is what drives us in.
Oh, that's why we all like wrestling.
Grayson Waller's is kind of, I don't know. I've been on the bandwagon since he feuded with LA Knight and NXT. And also one thing, LA Knight, I don't want people to forget, he got over Braun Breaker right off the bat.
He did.
LA Knight took a clean pen to him. Night one, he debuted when NXT did their new branding or whatever. LA Knight was the first guy on the TV. Braun Breaker walked up. He was like, "Yeah, I'll fight you." And LA Knight's like, good luck." Yeah, walks away. Breaker gets a clean pen. Braun Breaker's like, that badass Braun Breaker's coming to the main roster soon.
Yep. Sure.
So LA Knight, pretty much everything he's done since he got the NXT has been relatively beneficial for whoever he's worked with.
Right.
But this is a hard one, man.
Because we got
WWE,
yeah,
like Vince, if Vince was
hard.
booking, I'd pick Theory and I wouldn't even think about it because Vince would flip-flop titles like they're no tomorrow.
But we have the Escobar factor, the Grayson Waller factor.
If you're going Mysterio?
I'm going Theory. I'm thinking like Tim's thinking.
I think Theory and Knight is the feud they need to go with. Chuck always refers to back in the day when like you'd win the IC title or the US title, you'd have a good run with that. And then when that run's over, you move up. Like when Gunther drops the IC title, I think Gunther winning the Rumble and winning the world title at Mania is inevitable. That's just my opinion. But like that's how it used to work in the old days. Like you'd have the IC, like Edge was like Intercontinental title, and then he'd move up to the world title. I feel like Knight could have a really strong run with the US belt on SmackDown, get that belt back in the spotlight where it needs to be, and then when they're ready, assuming he's still as hot as he is, which I'm sure he will be because it doesn't show any signs of slowing down right now. Then he drops the belt and then he moves on, like you said, maybe next year at SummerSlam. You do a him versus Seth Rollins, whoever the hell the champion is at that point. You build some time to get him in-ring credibility. I'm glad you brought that up because that is important. Why are you going to – when everybody wanted him to win Money in the Bank, why should we think he's going to cash on a Roman when he can't beat whoever the hell he is losing to on TV? Like, he's not going to beat Roman. No. He's not going to cash in on Seth.
No, absolutely.
I was saying,
makes sense.
Obviously, nobody in the world wanted him to win that more than I did. But when you look at it realistically, obviously, I think they made the right choice. And I always tell people, look, try to be patient with making your decision on things immediately. Any kind of booking decision that's like controversial, just give it a few months and see how it worked out, see how it played out. And a lot of people were pissed off when LA Knight didn't win that Money in the Bank. But you know what? I think it worked out pretty well.
I think so too.
All day. Yep, absolutely.
So what we got next? Grayson Waller effect with Cody. There ain't really nothing to predict there. I mean, it's probably going to be entertaining. He'll probably eat a Crossroads or something.
We'll probably see Grayson Waller.
Or with John Cena coming back, that might be a match we get.
Cena will be back to SmackDown too.
We did.
Friday.
Then Cena is back this week. Then he's off.
Kind of full time, right?
And then he's on every SmackDown through like the end of October, like 7 or 8 in a row, which is amazing.
You can thank the writer's strike for that.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's bored. He's bored as hell.
Hey, man.
I imagine.
Do what you got to do.
All right. So we all got Theory there after some convincing. So we'll go to tag team title match.
This one's
Zayn and KO are defending the titles on a pay-per-view for the first time since I think since they've won them.
No, he got hurt. It happens.
Oh yeah, but still.
But
Roman Reigns.
But look at
Balor. Roman, don't start. Balor and Priest against KO and Zayn. So what's happened since we've been gone is JD McDonough
has evolved now.
And his Funko Pop head has intervened into this.
And even before that,
the Judgment Day. I love JD McDonough, by the way.
Even before JD McDonough, Priest and Finn was having problems.
But
That goes back to Finn and Seth's match.
I feel like one of two
Yep.
things happened here.
Plus-
One, McDonough helps them win to try to get over with Priest because he's trying to kiss Priest's ass right now.
Sure.
Or two, he accidentally interferes and pisses Priest off. Priest eats a pin, and then this inevitably starts Priest getting thrown out, and then McDonough getting inserted.
Could be.
And then Priest goes single baby face run, which I think is what they want to do because he was a pretty good face in NXT. When they did, it was brief, but he had one run. When he came up to main roster, he was baby face.
It was.
But
You know, a bad bunny.
on that note, I'm taking Zayn and KO.
What about Finn? Finn ain't Priest. What's
Finn just gets pinned on TV
Yeah,
anymore. I
that's
think
all
they
he
said
does.
he's like 2-18 in his last 20 matches. So
Yeah.
There's
I'm
gonna
not really
be-
worried.
There's going to be some
I
tips
think
in
Sammy
there.
and KO and their badass new shirts win.
Yeah, it's Sammy and KO.
Yeah, it's hard to go against that. I mean, you know, they've been building up this divide between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Like, you know, unless they want to go with the, you know, the tag team that doesn't get on thing where, you know, they're
Right.
the tag team champions, but, you know, they don't like it. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think they're going to continue to divide, and that this will just play more into that.
I agree.
Agreed.
This is going to be a great one. We're going to agree on every damn pick.
Yep.
Let's keep
It's
it
a
going.
payback. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And they keep throwing the briefcase up with him and Priest, so a lot of
Yeah.
tension.
Oh, I wonder who's gonna win.
Here
this
we
one.
go,
Gee,
Yvonne.
Wonders a pick
boy.
You
that.
know what's funny? This is a badass match. I really like
This was on
this,
my
the
Reyes, yeah.
backstory of it. This to me just isn't the event for this match.
It's
This isn't
not.
this isn't big enough stage.
It's
So
not.
when Rhea was in NXT, she literally passed the torch to Raquel.
did.
Literally. Like that is who she groomed. Big, badass. Like
Yep, it was her.
and this feud was inevitable. Not at Payback though, but yeah, I got Rhea. Like
Sure.
why would they take the belt
It
off
was
Rhea
on
right
my
now?
Rhea's top 10.
Rhea
Yep,
might be
opponents,
the
yep.
hottest thing outside of LA Knight and WWE right now.
Female wrestler wise, it's her.
Isn't
Because-
Raquel the one who took what's her name to the limits?
Rousey?
Rousey. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Raquel,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you hear that name no more? I love that.
I know, right? I kind of forgot about her name.
Yeah, she's gone. And then she said she wanted to be at USC 300, and Dana White said, "Get your head out of your ass." So she's not doing that either.
Wow,
So nobody
thank-
wants Ronda.
That's the best
she
thing
has
I've
a
heard.
kid, guys.
We're aware.
All
She
right.
tells you every day. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she is.
All right, Yvonne, who you got?
Rhea Ripley.
Tim,
Oh, yeah. Rhea Ripley.
you going
definitely.
unanimous here?
Yeah.
Rhea's not losing anytime
Yeah,
soon.
is this
Yeah.
all right? So I do think that this feud has been interestingly built up.
It's gonna be a great match.
This match is going to tear down the show, and it is
Absolutely.
the main event. I've
Yeah.
read, and Seth Rollins has his own emoji in the
Oh, right.
payback. If you hashtag payback, it's Seth with the goggles on.
That's how you know you made it.
So
Get
that's
your
how
own
you know you're
emoji.
main eventing as well.
You're on the nose.
So
Yeah.
the piggyback off earlier, Seth is a guy I'd love to see work with LA Knight.
Same.
I would love to see that feud with or without the title. I think Seth's one of those guys, like how you said with the Fiend, you work with them, then everything kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
Seth's the opposite. Like you work with him, dude. I feel like you just
Sure.
skyrocket. To me, Seth's the best wrestler in the world.
He is.
I know everybody gives that to certain people, including that idiot out in Chicago. But I've said for years it's Seth. Like wrestling wise, like character wise, he kind of that's just my opinion. Some people think I'm full shit, some people agree. But like he's always every character he's done, he puts everything into it. He
He
gets
does.
it over, whether it's good or bad.
I give him I give him a ton of credit, man. You know, after that Fiend, the Hell in the Cell
Oh my God,
debacle,
Wow.
I mean, the guy reinvented himself and he got himself over again. I give him a ton of credit for that. He's awesome.
WWE had the audacity to put that in his greatest moments thing.
Yeah.
That damn Hell in a Cell match. I was like, that I get it.
It's
But
terrible.
like, oh my
Right.
God, that match was terrible.
That was terrible.
I don't
So-
even remember how it ended, to be honest with you. I remember
He stacked a
talking
bunch of
about it.
chairs on top of Bray.
That's right.
And he
Wow.
hit him. Then he hit it with a sledgehammer.
We did a show about it.
Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah,
like,
we literally
Yeah.
called the show Hell.
it was
and
so bad that I just like blocked it out a little bit.
But yeah, I'm
It was
going.
funny because earlier in that match, Bray Wyatt used this big old mallet
Mhm.
That's
on
right.
Seth Rollins, but then Seth Rollins uses a smaller mallet on. And it's so
Yeah.
stupid. It was so bad.
He stopped the match.
Yeah.
They stopped
the
it.
match.
He didn't lose.
That's
Stopped the match.
right.
And the fans got
He
pissed.
just like he disappeared, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Then the lights went out. He came back
Yeah.
on. He was gone. So it's like, oh my
Yeah.
God. And then at Crown Jewel, he won.
yeah, it's
But
fucking
yeah,
silly.
Crown Jewel is
It's
amazing. But anyway, I'm going Seth. I think this feud's not over either.
No, it's
but
not. This week's not over.
I think Seth wins, and Nakamura and him probably fight. What's next? Payback, and then I know Survivor Series in November because it's in
Yeah.
Chicago, and everybody
Sep-
thinks
we got
CM Punk's coming back.
Extreme Rules, I think.
I mean, they got at least another.
September.
I mean,
It's
look,
gonna be
They
September
used to
before we
be
know it.
Unforgiven back in the day.
All right, so you got. No, I don't care about NXT's
It's
right
gonna
now.
be
I need
September before we know it. It's
WWE's.
crazy.
That's October. Fastlane?
Yeah.
No, it's India.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
No, that's not going to be on TV.
Oh shit, that's September 8th. Okay, you're right. Fastlane, October 7th. All right, so that's another kind of throwaway pay-per-view. So you might get that there.
Right.
Fastlane to what?
It's a Survivor
Right.
Series.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
War games.
All right.
But I got Seth. Who y'all got?
Seth.
Oh, Seth all day.
So we're going
Seth
unanimous here.
was anytime
Yeah.
soon.
All right. Well, Payback's just shaping up to be. And you know what's funny? It actually is probably going to be a really, really good show. And I
It will.
guarantee you, nobody's going to be yelling that LA Knight went backstage and beat up everybody like they did on AEW's pay-per-view. Or
Yes.
coming out of it, all you hear is the biggest star in the company beat up Jungle Boy. Like,
Wow.
it's going to be a good event.
For the most part, it seems
Yeah.
very match focused, which is good. You know, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
and
that.
then they
And every PLE, it can't be one of the greatest of all time.
Exactly.
I look at this show and I think back to like the mid '90s, where they had those. And you remember the In Your House pay-per-views they used to have, where they were kind of just there and they would put on some matches and they would, this is just one of those times where you're gonna have it's gonna be a good show. It'll be some good, some good wrestling there and whatnot. But it's it's not gonna be anything important. That's all.
Yep. This is okay. Like you said, you can't have every show be WrestleMania.
Yep.
So it's cool
That's
to have.
right.
This is a
shows
chance
like
for
this.
other people to steal the spotlight right here. Like LA
Mhm.
Knight get his. Would it be his first biggest win so far?
Maybe. I mean, what other wins has he had? To be honest.
I mean, like you
So-
said,
Yes.
he's kind of just
Right.
he loses, but he looks strong. But Miz I think Miz step one of this
Sure.
slow
It's
build.
a ladder.
It's
You know what's
normally how it
amazing,
starts.
though? You know what's amazing though? This is his first single match in a PLE since the Royal Rumble.
That's
is
when he fought
crazy.
Bray.
I haven't even thought about that, but that's
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, the light out match.
yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Lord only knows if that was live or not, right?
7 months ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's bizarre.
Yep.
Well, he deserves it.
Here we
He
go.
does.
And before we wrap it up, Bebe, I was right. We got to have him on. I'm just going to put CM Punk Sucks as the title, just to piss off everybody online so they'll watch.
Sure.
And then I'm going to bury Baby on here.
Hey.
Or you can put CM Punk question.
Or we can just talk about WWE. But
That too.
that is the match card for now. I
That
don't
is.
think anything else is meant to be added.
Not that I know of.
SmackDown doesn't have a lot advertised outside of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory against Escobar and Mysterio. They're going to do more Bray stuff. I think Jimmy might be there this week.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
talking.
Jimmy's talking this
He'll
week.
be there. Yep.
But I think that's really it. And then, obviously we'll probably get more build to there ain't really a SmackDown match outside of that.
That I know.
KO and Priest, that's Raw.
Cena's going to be
Raw.
there, right?
LA Knight. Oh, you're right. John Cena will be
Yeah.
there tomorrow. Cena should be able to talk about Bray
I think so.
because
so, too.
they had a very
They've
interesting
had 2 Mania matches.
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
So
And,
I
and
think
the
so.
Firefly.
You're right.
Funhouse,
How did I
too.
forget? So
Your favorite
before
wrestler
Bray
of all
Wyatt
time.
existed,
You forgot.
John Cena, I guess he still is my favorite wrestler, but
Well, you
I
couldn't
love
s-
me some
well, you
John
couldn't
Cena,
see him,
even when he
obviously.
was burying people. But
What can you do? But yeah, I think John Cena will definitely have
He will.
things to say.
Especially being
You
the
know,
Firefly.
he should.
Funhouse.
WrestleMania 30, we all thought Bray should have won over, and he didn't. And then at WrestleMania, I guess 2020, I think it was, when the Firefly Funhouse.
all right, I know you got to go, but I want to ask you one more thing because it's going to make Chuck's head explode because he loves this guy. I did read where LA Knight said he wants to fight Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Oh,
How do you
God.
feel about that? And watch Chuck's head get really red.
What do I
Nobody
think about LA Knight wrestling Logan Paul at WrestleMania?
That's what he asked for.
I mean, look, no, I don't want to see that. I
Waste of time.
That's why I wanted to ask.
I just can't get into Logan Paul. I can't stand the guy. But I'll say this. I will
Me
say
too.
this. I do think that they're going to have a match at some point.
Yeah, they laid a lot of seed. They planted a lot of seeds.
Yeah.
That whole
Yes.
thing.
Yes, I think that they want to do
LA
that. There's a
Knight.
ton. I mean, think about it. There is obviously there is a ton of heat on Logan Paul, and LA Knight's the most popular guy in wrestling. Put
Right.
those two guys together, you're gonna have a lot of people interested in watching that match. So
Yeah, and
it's
working
I
with-
think it's gonna happen.
I do too.
Yeah.
See, I'm perfectly cool
Unfortunately.
with it, but I look at who Logan Paul's worked with. Working with Logan Paul is a good thing.
Not
He's
really.
working
It
with
is.
It's a
Roman.
good thing for Logan
Seth.
Paul.
Have you
but
been out
not
the
the
sun
audience.
too
Look,
long?
John Cena wants
I
to have a
think he's
match
been out
with
the
him.
sun too long
This ain't
talking
Logan Paul. Hey, I'm fighting John Cena. These are guys I'm just saying, Chuck.
I'll
is not
tell you.
I don't like him
John's
either.
indifferent.
No, I don't like him either.
Well,
The only problem that I have with the Logan Paul thing is you're basically saying that, okay, anybody can walk up, anybody, but if you're an athlete or anything like that, you can walk into WWE, you can compete with the best.
Right.
And it kind of sends, I don't know, I'm an old time guy. Like, I just kind of sends sort of a bad message that, anybody can walk in here and compete with the greatest in the world. I don't know. That's the only thing my issue with it.
You have 2 million YouTube views. You can do a backflip. Come on in. We'll get you. We'll get you somewhere. Like, stop.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. You're true on that. But I'm just saying, thinking about it, sort of as an old time guy, it's like, this guy's going to come in here and compete with the best in the world. It's just, not really. I don't know. Just kind of hits me the wrong way. But no, it's great for business. Not going to say that's not true, but
that's why I don't.
And
like
that would be a
because
huge win.
The whole thing is we don't care about our talent. We want people who are popular who already have hits. Fuck growing our own guys. With Logan Paul, for example, yeah, he's had some good matches, sure,
fantastic.
But look
matches.
who's he's wrestled against with. I'm not taking anything away from his spots. He has some big spots. But everybody he wrestled, they made that match happen.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like he's wrestled against Ricochet, for example. The dude can do anything. He's like the Shawn Michaels and the AJ Styles. Anybody they fight against, it's going to be a good match, no matter who it is.
I think for LA Knight specifically, I can already see him on the Raw after Mania. Like, yeah, I'm done with all the bullshit. Which title am I taking? Like, it could be a very good catapult for him. And like you said, dude, they planted so. They are going to have a feud, dude. They took personal shots. Logan went at him on his pod.
Yeah.
LA Knight went at him on After the Bell. LA Knight really wants this because he even said on After the Bell with Corey Graves that he wanted a feud with Logan Paul.
The one thing I'll say.
That's more eyeballs, right? Like you're getting all Logan Paul's people watching you.
No,
that's putting you over.
So, like 14-year-old girls, do we need their products? I don't care.
It doesn't look. LA Knight's already killing in sales. It doesn't hurt 14-year-old girls buying his merch.
We know Logan Paul needs it, so that's great.
Everything in this world in business, it comes down to money. And if you can make a lot of money on something, let's do it. And you know what? Tony Khan should take some tips because he's got, and that's what's so crazy about that situation is they have something there they can make a shit ton of money on, but they can't do it because we don't want to put them together. They don't like each other.
Imagine having a multi-million-dollar feud right here.
Wow.
It's unreal.
And you can't even do it because one, it ain't even Hangman. It's
Children.
it's
They're acting like little children.
They said Kenny would be okay. They were want to talk. Punk don't want to talk to any of them. Like
children.
That's
Juvenile.
It's
So let's create another show
Children.
to separate you.
I've never seen a company not want to make money as much as AEW.
That's facts.
But yeah, is that all we got?
That's all we got.
All right, brother.
All
Hey,
right.
yeah, moving before you go, we need you to let us all know where we can find all of your social media. How do we follow the Yeah Movement?
Yeah Movement. Just look me up. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram. We've got YouTube going on. I'm also an official affiliate of the WWE shop. So head over to my Twitter account for the link to that. If you buy any WWE merchandise, it'd be great if you could use our link. It'll help us out. It'll help you out with some great LA Knight merch or whatever you're looking for. And we're also going to be coming out with some of our own little merchandise. So look for that. But main place to follow us is right there on Twitter, or as it is called now, X.
One quick question before you go. Has he interacted with you on X? Like LA Knight? Retweeted or anything like that?
No, he hasn't like sent a message to me, but he's aware of my account. He retweeted one of my tweets. So he's very aware. I'm sure he's very aware of what I'm doing. But no, I haven't had any, personal interaction or anything like that with him. But
I was going to say, watch
maybe someday.
When he's at the peak of where he thinks the Yeah Movement should be, he'll be like, yeah, I remember this guy.
I remember.
By then, Twitter will be called Z. And we'll be like,
it's funny,
XYZ. Yep.
I don't care. Honest to God, I don't care if he follows me. I don't care. I started this just because I just wanted to see the guy on TV more. You know what I mean?
That's all you can do. Yeah.
I'm selfish. I want to see him on TV more. So this is what this is all about, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that.
Yeah,
he's trending in a positive direction for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. It's all because of you, my man. That's what's all about.
I'm going to start a similar movement for Tozawa.
There you go. Get him back on the screen.
Well, he pinned Miz.
Oh, I don't remember, but
LA Knight helped him win. Tozawa.
needed help.
Was it on Raw?
Yeah.
Well, I only see 90 minutes of a 3-hour show on Raw.
And I also want to do a movement to remove Charlotte.
Well,
I
have
do
fun.
that
That
one?
ain't gonna be removed.
But anyway, that's for another day.
That ain't gonna be removed.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a hell of a show. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Be sure to follow the Yeah movement.
Yeah, and as he progresses, we have to have you back on. I
I love it, man. I had a blast.
Miz, dude, I imagine Miz won't be the biggest opponent he has in the future. I feel like he's just getting started.
This is the beginning of the Yeah movement. And the Yes
fun ahead. Lots of fun ahead.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's everywhere, dude.
It's
like
everywhere.
they're chanting it everywhere. I don't even think that some of the people know what the hell it's from. They're
They
just
just
like,
want to say it.
Yeah,
but dude.
Yep.
And when they let him bring back the dummy thing from TNA, like, he hasn't even used his whole gimmick yet.
Real quick before I leave, I've said this over the last few months, and I really mean this. This guy, and he's already started to do it. He's gonna cross over into pop culture. This is going to be the next big thing from professional wrestling. He's going to cross over from just a wrestler into mainstream pop culture, no doubt about it. So yeah, a lot of really exciting big things ahead for him.
It's so funny that in 2013 the Yes movement took over and kind of got away, went on to colleges and other sports, and now 10 years later the Yeah movement is taking over.
So college football starts Saturday. How many chants do you think we hear around the globe? Every college team is playing.
It's taking over.
NFL comes back, and then
my buddy, we're doing it at FCC on
Saturday. They're doing it at soccer.
So I feel like it's going to branch out.
Chuck's doing it at soccer.
Yeah, Chuck got it over in Cincinnati.
Soccer needs some entertainment. That's boring.
Yeah, it does.
We really appreciate your time and you coming on.
Thanks for being on.
It's cool. It's
My
nice
pleasure.
to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Not over a message. So
yes,
we'll definitely have to have you back on as this progresses, because I feel like he's going to be on a lot of premium live events going forward as well. I don't think he's going to miss many more.
No.
I like it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
See you guys. Yep.
Dude, that's how we do a pod. Holy, we got a podcast.
All
right, so we will see you guys in November.
Yep.
For our next pod.
Or December.
We'll be back by the Royal Rumble.
So what? We're back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'll be in DC next week. So we were missing that day, but we should be back in 2 weeks without issue.
So next week I will drive over to my sister's house and steal my belt after I win it, so I don't have to wait 2 weeks. But we will be back here 2 weeks from now. I am going to hit up Bay when I get home, and if I remember. But I'm going to try to get Bebe to come on because a lot has happened in his side of the wrestling world over the last few months since we've been gone, and Bebe's due to come on. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to try to arrange that. Then we'll be on the road to Fastlane.
It's all about the Fastlane. There used to be a TV show back in the maybe 2000, 1999, whatever it was. A TV show called Fastlane. It was on Friday nights. It lasted one season. It had Tiffany Amber Thiessen in it. If you guys remember Kelly from Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
It was good. Basically, it was like a Fast and the Furious TV show. It was good shit. But one season got canceled. I remember watching it. I was like 12. And whenever I see the pay-per-view name, that's what I think of. Yeah. So there you go.
Fair enough.
Look at my shaved face. I tried to shave and I butchered it, but I didn't want to pay like $12 to get it done.
I always
luckily
shave myself.
It looks normal on camera though.
Yeah, fine. I didn't notice anything. It's not black. I remember you had black hair back in the day.
Oh my god! Yeah. I came across some of my memories the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" And then my family was like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" And all my friends were like, "What the fuck are you thinking?" And the one girl that like dyed my hair was like, "You look cute as hell."
And I remember you had a black T-shirt on with black hair.
You're literally black's my favorite color to wear.
I mean, you gotta try it.
You try
I tried it.
Like it.
Luckily, God's a great man because it grew back grew back this color.
There you go.
I was fine, and that won't be happening next time. I actually have a bet with my buddy that if the Patriots don't win more games than the Bengals, I got to M&M my hair. Anyway, I got to stay in it.
I'm not going to say anything because I'm nervous about the Bengals this year, but we'll get there.
I got to stand featuring Dido my hair.
Just stay with your
and
football.
The same way. I got to go over the sink peroxide.
Do it.
And then I got to go to Sparky. No, then I got to go to Sparky's
and stick with your football.
No, I got to go to Sparky's and sink Stan afterwards with my fresh. No, not 2 days when it's calm.
Wow, I dig it, man.
The same night when it's fucking popping.
When it's like fucking
my head looks like Pikachu.
It's like glowing radiation.
I look like Pikachu Thunder, like lightning and the thunder. Like
just stick with football.
It is football.
Like Davian,
but I'm sick of people.
I got this covered. So.
I'm sick of people disrespecting the Patriots like they are shit because they haven't won 8 Super Bowls in the last 5 years like they used to. They're still there.
They're still there.
They lost to the Bengals by 9 yards last year. So, like, it's not like they're really that
God's
shitty. The Bengals, one of the better teams in the league. The Patriots, if the guy don't drop the ball, they might have won the game.
It's just such a weird thing to say. That Bengals one of the best.
It's weird.
It doesn't. I can't.
Welcome. NFL's back.
Anybody, NFL, college is back. Add me on FanDuel. I'll take your free credit. That's Chuck. You actually do win money. You win money at first. I can win you free money.
I've won some money.
Because I think Chuck won $50 to $100.
I've altogether I've won a couple hundred. Yeah.
So
Not bad at all.
then what you do is up to you. I'll get you your first 100, but after that, I'm cut. I mean, you guys make your own bets. I'll give you advice.
Once all my credits were gone, I bounced.
You're smart. He deleted the app and he went away.
But,
I'm still fully invested, and I got some free credits ready for this season. So
smart man.
We'll go from there. But I think that's it.
Cool. Hope you all enjoyed the return of regularly scheduled hostilities. If you didn't, fuck you. We're like an hour in. You just don't watch
Sorry for all the changes.
Hey, life happens. Got a new RSH shit.
Look at Yvonne all happy. I'm sorry about the changes. He's holding her belt all up.
It's covered.
I'm gonna take this to work and show the kids.
Hell yeah!
I already want to see it.
Oh, God.
I want to wash it first. Just kidding. Anyway,
wow.
Now I'm scared where it's. Okay, yeah.
It's been right
She
here.
said I'm scared
On this table the entire time.
You put ghost in and everything. That's right.
It might be possessed.
Not surprised.
It might be possessed. But cool. Hope you all enjoyed the show. We will be back in 2 weeks with the results of Payback and the our predictions going forward. We'll have some more guests, Jimmy Bebe and some others. And until next time, friends, run.